Morning, everybody, man. Welcome to another episode of the Morning After Show. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us. It's your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. KQKC, busy weekend for you, man. Wedding, fight calls. You was doing it all this weekend, man. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing good, man. A little tired, man, but hey, the strong survive, baby. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna do a little resting today and back
Yes,
at it
sir.
tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Had a
sir.
good
We
week.
had some good fight. We had some good fights this weekend too, man.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the fights, and y'all smash the like button as you come in here. We got our cash apps down at the bottom of the screen. Super chat is there also if you want to donate to the channel. We'll be doing the roll call in a minute, but as you come in the building, please smash the like button so we can get YouTube to go ahead and share this content, man. Now, let me ask you this, man. I was
Mm-hmm.
I was noticing over the weekend they were saying that Tyson Fury retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but he still got his belt. And this is what Mauricio Suleiman had to say. He says, we had a conversation with his promoter and we gave him 10 days until August 26th so they can send us a written confirmation of his final decision. With that, we can proceed to address the situation with the belt. We will wait until August 26th. That is our deadline to have a formal confirmation of their final decision. We have no rush. He has been a big hero inside the ring and out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What so first of all, do you think Tyson Fury is gonna retire? Do you think the 26 is gonna come and he's gonna retire and that belt is gonna be vacated? And
Mm-hmm.
then what do you think of them waiting? Do you think that they should have waited? Do you think Mauricio should have waited until he actually confirmed his retirement and trusted
Well,
Tyson Fury's word? Or just what's your thoughts on the whole Tyson Fury retirement situation, man?
well, now he asked for him to send him a letter in writing to ask
Mm-hmm.
him to actually say, "Are you retired?" Because Tyson Fury, what he's doing is he's playing like both sides of the fence, right? He want to be retired, but if a fight come up with good money that he can make, then he's not retired. You can't do both. Either you are or you're not. So that's how I look at it. Now, at first, he said he wanted to do another trilogy. He wanted to do another trilogy with Chisora, just like he did with Deontay Wilder. But Chisora ain't game for it. Right now, Chisora needs to sit down where he's at and stay there. And Tyson Fury needs to do the same. Because whoever he fight have to be in the UK because he cannot come over here in the United States now, him or his father. So therefore, I think he should go ahead and go ahead and retire because we can't say definitely he retired. So you cannot do both. And I think that what the WBC is trying to get him to do. So as they asked for a formal letter, I was taking a look at that today. A formal letter in writing that said that you officially are retired. And there you go. And then they will be looking for another, the vacant, the WBC belt will be vacant. And Deontay Wilder will be coming back. So he has a chance now to get Sophia back. So there you go. So hopefully we'll see what happens and how it develops in the near future. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. So here's the thing. I just find it funny and it's very interesting. And people might think it's a coincidence, but it's just funny that all this news is coming out 1 week before AJ is supposed to fight Usyk. That's the first thing. I think that they're just trying to stay in the news, and I also find it interesting that they're giving him to the 26th because that's going to give him enough time to see who wins between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
decide whether or not he want to go into a big fight negotiation and big fight with them. Like that'll be $30-40 million on the table if AJ wins. If Usyk wins, it's a tough ass fight for less money. So I just think this is all Tyson Fury maybe trying to get what he want, like telling the people that negotiate for Usyk or telling the people that negotiate for Joshua, hey man, y'all need to pay me what I want.
That's
Y'all need
right.
to go ahead and start negotiating, pay me what I want, whoever wins. Because if you don't, I'm gonna vacate this belt, and then there's gonna be other people involved fighting for the vacant, or we can have a big UK undisputed showdown if y'all go ahead and give me what I want. So I don't never believe nothing he said. I just know that I can always trust Tyson Fury, and I know what's gonna happen with him because I just believe the opposite. OG, like whatever he say, whatever they saying he gonna do, I do the opposite because he a lying ass dude, bro. So when
Right.
you lie all the time like him, I'm like, okay, so you retiring? that mean your ass ain't retiring.
That's right.
Okay, so you about to do this? Nah, that mean you gonna do that over there. He wanted to fight Chisora, and now all of a sudden that fight falls through, and now you retiring, man. I don't believe that shit. I believe that shit when I see it. As far as what the WBC should do, this is why they get on my goddamn nerves, OG. Like, if it wasn't official yet, this is the inconsistency, right? Just the other day, Mauricio Suleiman said Tyson Fury is retired. He confirmed that he's retiring. We about to have a send off for him. We're gonna have a send off for him. But then he turns around next day and says, we waiting on a letter. Okay, why not just wait on the letter until it's actually official to announce that shit? You know what I mean? Like that shit don't make no sense, bro. Like you going back and forth and shit. And so I think they just helping him stay in the news, stay relevant. Because the WBC noticed AJ and Usyk fight is a big fight, and they wish that they was a part of it, bro. Exactly. And so they helping Fury keep them relevant, keep him relevant, both of them in the news. And what we doing this morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time? We talking about their ass because it's big news. But I think they need to have the decision quick, OG, because you got some fights coming up. They got Joe Joyce, who's number 2 in the WBC rankings, going against Joseph Parker, who's number 3 in the WBC rankings. That's in September. So hurry up and decide what Tyson Fury is going to do. Maybe they can fight for the vacant belt. Then, like you said, Deontay Wilder is coming back, who's still number 1 in the WBC rankings. They say he about to fight Robert Helenius, who's number 10 in the WBC rankings. You can make that for a vacant fight. So I'm not going to be for Tyson Fury holding up this goddamn division, regardless of what they decide to do, who they let fight for the vacant belt. If they decide to do a tournament, we got to keep the division going. He damn sure ain't somebody that I'm willing to be happy is holding up the division. So that's what I think of it, man. You got anything else on before we go through the roll call?
Yeah. You know, Fury, he's a clown. You know, and you're right. You know, because you can't believe nothing he say. Now, let's just think for a minute that if Orlando Usyk win this fight and beat Anthony Joshua, okay, now they love him over in the UK, but basically over here in the United States, he's going to be irrelevant. All right, and that WBC knows that. Now they're trying to find another star in the heavyweight division, and that is Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury is a big guy, and he's a big guy that pretty much that can move a little bit, and they still trying to hang on to him. But he is looking for the big bag, and as soon as he get that big bag, he's gone. But and still in all, the WBC is just crooked as a crooked line in the street. You know, they trying to make moves and trying to do things and will and deal to pretty much boost Tyson Fury up. Like you say, they are helping him. They are helping him. They don't want him to say, yes, I retired definitely. You know, they don't want to hear that, you know, so, and they haven't said that, you know, so, I mean, it is what it is. You're right. Sometimes you got to be quiet till you know definitively that he's not coming back, you know, so right now, I think he's just wavering right now. He's wavering and depend on that dollar sign. That's how I look at it.
He on the clock. He got 12 days, and I'm going to be watching, OG. I'm going to be watching. Ain't no way in hell. That man like 32, 33 years old. Ain't never lost. Only punishment he really took was in the Deontay Wilder fights, and he could go somewhere for the next 3-4 years if he stayed champion making $20-30 million a fight. He ain't finna turn that shit down, man. He's standing to make $150-200 million for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Man, miss me with that shit. That man.
Yeah, and look how tall he is, and he's a hard nut to crack. He's that tall, and you know, but you know, it doesn't matter. Sometimes, you know, like Big Baby Anderson. What I hear, he was piecing him up in training camp. So it's always somebody out there a little bit better, you know. So let's see how long. Yeah.
Already. All right, let's see who we got in the building. We're gonna let OG run it down as I put him up on the board. Here we go.
All right. We got M8. I'm sorry. What's going on, baby? What's happening with you? All right, we got iComma. What's going on, iComma 123? And we got Jafari Caesar up in the building, baby. What's happening? Yes, sir. Daryl DeLoach is up in here. Good morning, my man. Yes, sir. All right, we got Alden Johnson. TBF is up in here. Salute, my brother. All right, Robert Singleton. What's going on? Michigan in the house. Mr. Lightning. Wow. What's going on with you, baby? Salute to you. All right, and Kevin Knight, what's going on with you, baby? Yes, sir, pulling up. All right, we got Andre Gray is in the building. What's going on, Andre? Yes, sir. Loyal to the game, Boxing Talk. What's going on, baby? Salute. All right, Jose Diaz, what's going on, baby? It's nice seeing you again. All right, we got Wash 4. What's going on with you, Jay Wash? Salute to you, brother. All right, my man Z, Zulu Lion 1 is in the building, baby. Wow. All right, yes, sir. And we got DP rocking it out, baby. What's going on with you? All right, King. Yes, sir.
Well, I skipped those Zulu. There goes Zulu right there. Zulu.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, I got him. Yes, sir. I got him. Yes,
Oh, you
sir.
did? Okay, Dante Russell. What's up?
Dante Russell is up in here. Yes, sir. He said that's a joke. That's right. Jay Grant Jr., what's going on, JJ? What's happening with you? All right, salute to you. All right, YGB22 is in the building. Yes, sir. And get this smoke is in the building. What's happening with
Smoke,
you, baby?
what up, Smoke?
Yes, sir. Boss Dog is up in here, baby. Yes, sir. Emmanuel Pedigree is in the building. What's going on, Emmanuel? Salute to you. All right, YouTube 91 is up in here. T.O. looks slow. Okay, we're going to talk about it. Miami Kid J. Yes, sir. Salute to you. I forgot to holler at you last night, baby. All right, Big Texas ATX is up in the building. What's up, Mr. Smith, baby? What's going on with you? All right, and we got Soldier of God. It's up in here. What's going on, Soldier?
Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button. I got 50 people in here with 32 likes. The other 18 people that forgot, please hit the like button. If you can't donate to the channel, I totally understand, but hit that like button for me, man. It's free and it helps YouTube share the content. Lockefeller, I see you in the building too. What's up with it? Let's do a fight real quick, OG. I got some more stories, but let's get to a couple of fights, man. Let's talk about old Troy Isley, man. Troy Isley versus Victor Toney. Funny that Victor Toney, his last name is Toney, because he was trying to do his best James Toney impersonation last night. That man was in the Philly shell non-stop. But what did you think of the former Olympian Troy Isley's performance against Victor Toney? Troy Isley was able to get the victory, but he did not get the stoppage in this fight, man. What's your thoughts on his performance?
Well, his performance, I would say, it was very poor, in my opinion. Yes, okay. Like I said last night, you beat Devin Haney in the amateurs. All right, hooray for you. Great, that's great. But you got to transition to the pros, and he hasn't done that. All right, last night he was fighting a guy, Toney. Now, of course, he didn't fight like James Toney because for some reason he will move. He will move his back, but he won't step back. And he was pretty much trying to get out the way of the punches. But that was okay because Troy Isley punches one landing either. So it was a very close fight all the way through the fight. And what happened was nobody took over the fight. And I said that anybody got to take over this fight. Now, Troy Isley, I believe he got the nod because he got the round 12 because he did land a few punches. Around, I think, 10, he landed a couple punches. But both guys were doing a lot of swinging. They had the right idea, but they were still too far apart. They was lunging, and they weren't landing. So, I mean, the judge is right there on the mat, so they can see. So, it was a split decision, and the nod went to Troy Isley, which I think is fair. But if it was a draw, I was good with a draw. Because, like I said, both guys was not landing. Both guys did not have no great punch placement last night. I don't know what's the nerves or what, but right there, because Toney was standing right in front of him. He wasn't even trying to get out the way. So I mean, it is what it is. But Isley got the victory, and congrats for him. But he's gonna have to sharpen up, baby. He's gonna have to sharpen on his punches, and he's gonna have to sharpen on his technique. He's gonna have to start measuring a little bit better. He's gonna have to start stepping in a little bit closer. That's what he's gonna have to start doing. So that fight, I would say, was really, really, I would give it a C-. That's how I gave it. So
yeah, man, Troy Isley took a while to get going. He did, but once he got going, like I say, about the 4th and 5th round, he started doing his thing a little bit. But Victor Toney, man, he's very defensive. He's very awkward. He tries to switch stances sometimes. And Troy Isley just fought a fighter like this in his last fight, Dante Stubbs, that was very awkward. But Stubbs was trying to at least open up, and so he left himself wide open way more than Victor Toney did. And the thing is, Troy Isley was getting good instructions from his coach to try to step to the weak side, step over and pivot and try to catch him with those left hooks. He didn't do it in the beginning of the fight, but he started to do it the last 2 or 3 rounds, and so he showed that he can make adjustments and have a high ring IQ. But them first 3 rounds, I think, kind of started him off slow, kind of started him to the point to where he couldn't get a rhythm because Victor Toney was just so defensively awkward and he didn't want to punch back. And then when he did throw back, it was from awkward angles and shit like that. But Troy Isley, he got to get that jab going a little bit more. He has to try to fight inside. Like I would have liked to see him get inside, rough him up, kind of do stuff like that since he was having such trouble boxing from a distance. Because Troy Isley is like a shorter middleweight. He like 5'10", 5'9", something real stocky, real strong. So I want to see him learn how to get on the inside better and get to his distance a little bit better than he was able to do early in the fight last night. But overall, man, the matchmaking, that's what happens. They moving him up. They having him fight tougher competition. He showed that he got a pretty good beard on him because he did get caught a couple of times lunging in with hooks and stuff like that. And Victor Toney, he had 6 wins and 5 knockouts and 6 wins, so he showed pretty good power. And Troy Isley never really looked rocked in the fight, never really looked hurt. So he did his thing, man. I want to see what's next from him. Every performance ain't gonna be a great performance, but the thing is, he did what he had to do to get the victory. He's moving on. And so shout out to him and congratulations to Troy Isley on that victory. I do want to go over one more fight before I get to a story because we got a lot of fights to go over. But do you have anything else you want to do on that fight?
No, but some Randa, we're gonna get to that Teo fight. Okay?
Yeah, he's excited about Teo. We're gonna get there. Yeah. That's the main topic, some Rando. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Teo. It's gonna be some different opinions on that, man. I'm pretty sure. So I wanted to talk to you about this, man. I was scrolling through looking for stories this morning, and I found this one, man. Rolly Romero's trainer says that Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are playing it safe. Right? He says when you got somebody fighting you like Teofimo Lopez or Rolly, it's not easy. Pressure bursts pipes. We know Ryan Garcia was going to be Fortuna. We know he was going to be Campbell. I want to see these guys fight people where the world doesn't know they're going to win. Like when Teofimo went against Loma, a 2-time gold medalist. He went over there and jumped out the gym to slam dunk and take the belts. That's what you want to see in boxing. Rolly versus Tank. Rolly versus Tank. A guy with 15 fights. Rolly fighting a 3-division world champion with 26 fights with no losses. Canelo jumping out of the gym to go fight Bivol to please the people. That's the people in boxing that make the sport what it is, not the guys that are playing it safe, protecting their oath. They want to be Pretty Boy Floyd. They can never be Floyd. Floyd is a whole another element. There will never be another Floyd. I got Shakur playing it safe. Who is he fought? Nobody. Devin Haney, the Cambosos rematch? Really? Why are you moving back in that direction for? You beat him in his backyard unanimously. If it was a split decision, that's different. Devin is going to do the same thing to him, maybe even worse. Devin may throw a hard body shot and finish him. If Cambosos can't change in a few months, which a lot of people can't, we can't. He says, which a lot of people can't. We know that Devin is going to dominate. He's played it safe too. What do you think? What do you think, old Bully, man? Bullet,
what
man.
the hell wrong with Bullet?
He said Tank was playing, and I love Tank Davis. Y'all know how I feel about Tank. He even threw in there that Rolly and Tank. That Tank was taking on a tough fight against Rolly, man. What you got on old Bullet's comments, man?
Gervonta Davis made a comment during they build up to the fight, the promotion. He said, Bullet, all his fighters are trash. And he forgot to name the damn coach too. You are believing the hype. No, Rolly is not that great a fighter. Yes, he is strong. Gervonta Davis had to admit that. He is strong. And we discussed this last night, and I'm not going to say he's legally retarded. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it a buck, right? He's not that talented. He could be. Yes, he could be, but he's going to have to start from scratch. Now, as far as Shakur Stevenson goes, Shakur Stevenson is a pure boxer. No doubt about that. Yes, some people say he might have a boring style, but that means they don't know boxing. So sometimes you got to figure out your opponent, and you got a great ring IQ. Rolly don't have a great ring IQ, because Rolly started landing a couple shots down low with his head up high, which is a no-no, and he knows that. And Bullet still don't understand this whole boxing concept. You got to he's trying to pretty much get Rolly into a big payday. Because all the trash talking, all the shit talking, all I want to fight Earl Spence talk, it's not working. It's not working, and Earl Spence ain't biting off of it, and nobody's trying to bite off of it. So that means, Rolly, you're not getting a big fight, son. Okay, you was 14-0. Now, you put your record against Shakur Stevenson record. You can tell me. And Bullet, you know damn well that Cambosa and Devin Haney got to fight that rematch. That is contractual. Obligated for Haney to do that. Now, we know how it might turn out, but still, you have to go through it with it, all right? You just got to go through it because, hey, that's his right. That's his right. That's what he signed. Both guys signed, so you got to go through with it, okay? Yes, it was a shitty deal when he took it. We all said that. Everybody said that. Bill said that. But if you want to be great, that's what the chances you got to take. Shakur Stevenson, he took a pay cut against Valdez to be great. And what did he do? He won. That's what he did. And now, stop kissing Floyd's ass. We know what Floyd has done. We know all the things. Everybody's different. Everybody's good at something. All right? And Gervonta Davis, see, if you look at Tank, and I know y'all don't like Tank, on that side of the loser side of the Mayweather promotion, all right? But if you look at Gervonta Davis, he's overshadowed by the knockouts because he's a boxer too. He pretty much got a great ring IQ, but we don't never see it that much because he's knocking people out. So stop trying to boost Rolly Romero up. He's not that great of a fighter. Let him step up and start from scratch. Just because he promoted by Floyd Mayweather don't mean you go in there and you get the champion right away. No. You got to show me something, all right? I'm like the state of Missouri. I'm the show me state. That's what I want you to do, all right? So make one of your fighters show us something, and then maybe you can say something. But right now, you need to pretty much, shut the fuck up, okay? That's all I got.
Look, man, you can't be garbage at everything, bro. Like, Bullet's already a trash ass trainer, bro. You could at least be good with the media, or if you horrible with the media, you could at least be a good ass trainer. This man is a trash ass trainer, and he horrible with the media. Like, god damn, bro. Can I run down the reasons? Number one, Rolly was no risk for Tank, bro. Rolly, like, miss me with that. I know you want to talk Tank up. I understand that. And as a Tank Davis fan, I don't appreciate that because he don't need you to talk him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just needs to fight the people that we want to see him fight. You ain't got to talk Tank up just because Rolly got his ass knocked out. Anybody that know what they looking at was telling people Tank gonna knock Rolly ass out. So that wasn't no damn risk for Tank, number one. Number two, bro, you can't say the shit you saying about Devin Haney like he got a choice or something. And this is what I've been telling Devin Haney fan, like, how the hell is Devin Haney not taking risks when, number one, he had to take a huge ass pay cut to go over there and fight George Kambosos. Then he had to sign up to do the shit twice. Then he had to sign up to let Bob Arum pick a third fight for him. So Bob Arum literally can go through his whole 135-pound roster, whole 140-pound roster, and his matchmakers could tell him, okay, this guy right here got the best chance to beat Haney. This guy got the best chance to beat Haney. This guy over there got the best. Like, he literally gets to pick somebody that he think can keep those belts over at top rank. But Devin Haney not taking risks. Bro, shut up, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Shakur Stevenson, 2-division champion. Shakur Stevenson was running down on Oscar Valdez at 126. Oscar Valdez vacates, moves up to 130. He watches Oscar Valdez knock out, at the time, the most dangerous, most intimidating puncher at 130 pounds in Miguel Burchell. That didn't turn Shakur Stevenson off. He still wanted the goddamn fight. And in order to get that fight, he beat champion Jamel Herring, who was just coming off his best ever performance against Carl Frampton. Shakur went in there and beat his ass. Right. Then he backdoored it. By fighting Valdez and whooping his ass. And now he's about to backdoor that and fight the guy who a lot of people feel like actually beat Oscar Valdez and Robson Casasio. So what is Bullet talking about, bro? Like, what is he really, bro? Shut up, dog. Like, come on, bro. You can't be trash at everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you a content creator, bro, and you go live and maybe you lose your train of thought, at least be good at addressing the comments. You can't be horrible at keeping the show going and be horrible at interacting with your people, bro. You got to be good at something if you're gonna do shit, bro. So if you're gonna be a trainer and you teaching street fighting techniques, talking about karate and judo and shit, talking about all we care about is power, at least when you get in front of the media, like, be good at that shit. That's all I'm saying, man. Shout out to my brother Lord to the Game Boxing Talk, the homie Kwame with the $2 in the super chat. He say Tank ring IQ is overshadowed by his power. Yeah, man, I agree. People don't recognize that shit enough for what Tank brings to the table. But yeah, man. So I agree with you, bro. Bullet out here sounding like a whole fool, man. Pull counter. I see you in the building. What up, pull counter? But yeah, man, that shit crazy, bro. But let's go to the next fight, man. Look, it was a tough fight for old Duke Ragan last night, man. Duke Ragan, the former Olympian, against DeAngelo Fuentes, he kept getting caught with some shots, man. He was getting caught with some shots, and he just irked out the victory. What you got on the Duke Ragan DeAngelo Fuentes fight, man?
Man, Fuentes, he came to fight last night. No doubt about that. Now, Duke Ragan, yes, Olympian, great guy, a great fighter. But I keep telling everyone, it's a difference in amateur boxing. Olympian and it's an amateur boxer. That's the highest of the highest in amateur boxing. But when you transition over to a pro, that's what it is. This is pro boxing. Gloves are smaller. You're not fighting with a shirt on. I mean, all that, and the crowd is there, and it's crowded, and but Duke Ragan, he has a great ring IQ, but he won't use all of it. He got the great jabs, and he got the great inside game, but he just won't use it. He's like what I would say, a lazy fighter. Okay, you know how some people in the classroom, they got the smarts, but they lazy. They won't do the work, and that's what Duke Ragan was doing. He wasn't doing the work. Yes, he was trying to hold the phone, but he was holding the phone down low and still getting hit right there. Keep getting hit above the glove. Now, you're supposed to hold that glove up there because, you're supposed to be blocking them shots. You're supposed to be blocking them left hooks. But that's what Fuentes was doing. Now, he did ease out on the victory, and barely, but still in all, he got a lot to work on. And I expect that. You expect that. More fights you get under the belt, you either going to get better or you going to get worse. So that's the choice you got to put in. You got to put in the work, because when you put in the work, then it pays off in the ring. Now, Duke Ragan, pretty much, I think he got a lot of compliments in the Olympics and also in the pros. And yes, they trying to pretty much make him that standout guy. They trying to put that name to play. But right now, Duke Ragan, he's going to have to step it up a little bit more. He's going to get in the second gear now. Because what he was doing, and the punches wasn't hard. He wasn't throwing with mean intention. He wasn't having a matter of urgency to win that fight, and he should overwhelmingly took over that fight, and but he didn't. So, but he did enough to get the victory, or did he do enough to get the victory? Sometimes you got to ask yourself that question, So, but I think he did. I think he did do enough. I think he had a jab going. And I think he was coming in with a couple combinations, and he did start landing shots. And now he had a good idea, and just like all the other young fighters, always start down to the body. Always start down to the body, and then start working yourself up. And that way you can keep that body shot going. You keep feinting, and then you let him bite off a few feints. And this is Duke Ragan. This is what he need to learn, but sometimes I try not to fault and criticize young fighters, because they learning, okay, and they learning, and they're not in there with the top level competition yet. But this is all the work you put in sparring. This is what happens when you're in sparring. You get the best of the best if you can in sparring. And now, Duke Ragan, I think it's time for him to pretty much step up his game now. I think it's been long enough. And so that's how I look at it, you know. So
Man, look, a couple of things on Duke Reagan, man. He left his feet in training camp because he didn't use his feet well. He was too stationary the whole time. And I understand trying to barely make somebody miss and make them pay. He was too stationary. Number two, he got good boxing skills, but his lack of power, man, I just see it catching up to him at some point in his career because he can't crack an egg, man. And then number three, bro, I keep talking to y'all. What's up, Tay Tay? Salute to you. Ratchet since 91. What up? I keep telling y'all about these broken ass, hold the phone, shoulder rolls that these dudes keep coming with, bro. I keep talking to y'all about this shit. And I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but he was getting hit with overhand right after overhand right because you guys don't have the reflexes or the skills that James Toney and Floyd Mayweather have. But everybody watching Floyd these last 10, 15, 20 years, that's what they wanted to do coming up. And what this is showing everybody is just how special Floyd Mayweather was. Because you got all these prospects. Teofimo shoulder roll be broke sometimes. Devin Haney's shoulder roll be broke sometimes. You got Duke Reagan out here shoulder rolling. Shit be broke sometimes and shit. He getting caught by overhand rights. He getting caught by left hooks. The left hook that hurt him in the first round, he was holding the phone, but he had his glove back too far. Left his goddamn chin open and bloop, left hook right there. Like, bro, they better they need to do something, bro. Because I'm telling you, dudes that people think is cold, as they step up in competition, they gonna start getting their ass. Well, just go watch the Canelo Caleb Plant fight. You'll see what I'm talking about. The very first time Caleb Plant got hurt, changed the whole goddamn fight. He went to hold the goddamn phone. Canelo punched right through that shit, caught his ass right on the button with a goddamn left hook, bro. So that's one thing I noticed. Like, look, Duke, I understand people are high on you. Shout out to my brother OTB boxing class. He may be in here in a minute. He from Ohio. They rock with you heavy in Ohio. Totally understand, bro. No shade whatsoever. You do have good boxing skills. But your lack of power and the holes in your defense. Oh, and he kept getting hit in the body too, bro. He kept getting hit in the body the whole goddamn night. So not only when you try to go into your role is there holes and people can hit you in your face, but when you're not in your role and you try to go to a high guard, your high guard is up so high and you don't react well, people can hit you in the body, man. And that dude, DeAngelo Fuentes, he can fight. I take nothing from him. But if you having troubles like that with guys like him, man, look, you better bring your feet to the party, start using your lateral movement better, and his defense needs some work. And I know people may say, damn, well, Duke Reagan's supposed to be a technician. He's supposed to have all these boxing skills, and he's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, hard to hit. Man, y'all better go watch that fight, man. Y'all better go watch that fight, man, because he did not look good in that fight. He escaped with a victory, like OG said. The jab was working nice. He do got dog in him. He can counter punch a little bit, rolling and coming back with that right hand. But bro, he ain't as fast as some people think, man. And he needs some work, bro. He need a lot more work. And that's kind of something for a 23, 24-year-old prospect that just came from the Olympics, coming from the amateurs and shit. It's like, damn, bro, how much better can you get? You know what I mean? Like, how can you really make the improvements that you need to, or are we just waiting on you to run into the wrong one, a step up too soon? So I'm keeping my eye out on Duke Reagan, man, because I saw some red flags for sure. Curtis Sewell, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. Let's get to another story.
Let me just add one more thing.
No, do your thing. My bad. Do your thing.
Okay. I'm like Tay Tay in the chat. You know, can't nobody do a show roll like Floyd. And let me tell you the reason why. Everybody cannot do a shoulder roll. The shoulder roll is pretty much going by height of your shoulder. How far you tuck your chin in. Can you tuck your chin in? And that's what the shoulder roll is for you to pretty much get the shoulder out right in front of your face. You catch the punch, then you come with your right hand and pretty much catch him with it. You know, you catch it with your shoulder. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people try to do that, but they only doing it standing to the left. That's all. You know, then when you're holding the phone, some people hold it high, some people hold it low. You got to hold that phone right on your damn face, all right there by your jaw. Because if not, you're going to get cracked or you're going to get wobbled. You know, so, you know, everybody cannot do it. It's not for everybody. You got to be a certain height and certain length and certain, just to, you just can't do it. Everybody, listen, you can't emulate or imitate, okay, a lot of these fighters. A lot of people try to box out Ali up on their toes, popping that stick, right? A lot of people can't do that and then stop and bam, bam, bam. Ali was one of a kind. Floyd Mayweather, one of a kind. James Toney, one of a kind. Those are different fighters, got different styles. So he gonna have to find what he's comfortable with, not what somebody else is comfortable with. He gonna have to find out what's comfortable to him, and he has a trainer that needs to show him what's comfortable to him, what he's good at, and what's come easy to him. So that's how you have to make that work. So Mike Tyson made his power work, his height, short arms, and great head movement. That's Mike Tyson. He works on the inside. He ain't no outside fighter. Mike Tyson was an inside fighter. Why? Because he was short. He had short arms. And yes, he was muscular. He was a heavyweight. But he could not work that stick on the outside. He came in and then he worked your body. And that's how he breaks you down. So there you go. All right. That's all I wanted to say. All right.
Salute to everybody that just came in the building, man. I appreciate y'all. D-Ray, Mr. Mechanical, Black Swan, I see you in the building. D-Free, boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman. What's up? Everybody, please smash the like button, too, when you come in here, just in case you forgot, man. We got 87 people in here with 68 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's make sure that they match the number of people that we have in the building. So please hit that like button for me. Yeah, man. So I want to move on to a fight real quick. We'll cover another fight, and then I got a lot more stories, y'all. So y'all hang in there with us because we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. I want to talk about Andres Cortez versus Abraham Montoya, man. This was an 8-round, 130-pound fight. Cortez got the unanimous decision versus Montoya. I thought it was entertaining. It was one of the more entertaining fights of the night, if you ask me. But what you got on that fight, man? Andres Cortez versus Abraham Montoya.
Yeah, I call him Montoya. I call him Cortez. I don't know why, but but that was a good fight, though. It was a tip for tap, and both guys came to fight. Matter of fact, I think that was one of the most exciting fights last night. Both guys was changing jabs. Both guys were doing great body work. Both guys were going upstairs. Both guys were going downstairs. So I mean, I enjoyed that fight. Both guys pretty much working the jab. Both guys were going downstairs. Both guys were jabbing at the same time. Both guys were hooking at the same time. Man, it was exciting. And I like the fights when they're exciting because they give you more that you can work with. So therefore, but like I say, Cortez, he was pretty much doing what he needs to do. And that's what he pretty much did. But Montoya was coming back. And then he started fighting off the ropes pretty good. Then he came back and they stood right there in the center and it was changing blows. I mean, it was that, like Robin Singleton said just a minute ago, it was a bar fight. That's what it was. It was straight up was a damn bar fight. And that's what it was because they were going upstairs, downstairs. Man, they were going to the kidneys. Man, they were going to the sternum. Man, they was boxing. And they gave the crowd a lot to cheer about. I don't know if they were cheering or not, but I'm just saying they gave the crowd a good show for their money. But unfortunately, it got to be one winner, baby. It always got to be one winner. Now, I can't say that they both did everything right, but they both had the great idea, and they both was landing, and they both was at close quarters. They both was right there in that booth, and that's the fight that they fight. Now, it's a downside to that type of fighting. It's a downside to fighting like that because, that's shortening your career as a boxer. When you go in there with a tough, rough fight, fight after fight. But then again, they start slowing down. Then they speed right back up. Now, Montoya, he was coming back too. Montoya was doing a great job also. Now, Cortez, he was coming back too. It was tip for tap kind of knockout. It was tip for tap. And it was kind of hard to score, but I would have been okay. I would have been okay if it's a draw almost or a split decision because both guys was doing great work. And one thing about it, it was great for boxing last night. So it's not really too much I can critique about this fight because they both was landing. They both was in there and they was doing their thing and they both were throwing. So, and you can't say, come on, let's speed it up. And come on, let's throw them punches, because they were throwing those, you know. And then you start seeing eye swelling, you know, and that's the problem there. You know, so that's when you got to, you know, pretty much step on the gas. So you don't want them to stop because of the eye, or you want your opponent focusing on that eye. And so that's pretty much what happens when you fight like that. You know, so but I can't critique it too bad because it was a great fight. And like you said, it was a barroom fight, Mr. Singleton. So I mean, it was a great fight. So, but I can't critique it that much more, man. That was a great fight.
No, yeah, it was a good fight. Shout out to everybody, man. We're doing a little bit better on the likes, but please keep smashing that like button. 101 people in the building, 77 likes. Trill Will, what's up? And my OG coach from Glove Up Boxing and More, right here, man. Y'all go sub up to Coach from Glove Up Boxing and More, man. Doing great work over there. Him and the wife on Friday nights, and then him doing the boxing during the week. So y'all go check him out. And y'all go check out I Am Trill.
What time him and the wife come on?
8 p.m. Central on Friday nights, man. That shit be fire, man. And it give everybody a different, you know, different thing to do than just talk boxing all the time. It's a great show, man. You got to go check it out. And then y'all go sub up to the brother I Am Trill Will. Also, I don't know how close you are to getting back to 1,000, Will, but you know you good over here, so go ahead and drop that link. But yeah, man. So this fight, man, I told y'all for Andres Cortez, he good at parrying shots. He'll walk Montoya in the shots, and I told y'all Montoya is a goddamn freight train. He gonna keep coming. He just a freight train that's just slow as hell. Like he real fucking slow. Like he's slow, but he powerful, and he be smiling at your ass when you hit him, bro. Like he just smile at you. And he caught Cortez with some shots, but Cortez was able to use lateral movement, box real good off his back foot, and then land combinations, land that right hand. And Montoya is the same guy that a lot of people felt like beat Gabe Flores the last time that Gabe Flores got a victory. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between Flores and this guy Cortez, number one, he tougher, got a better chin, he in better shape, and he punch harder, and he got better boxing skills. So he was able to keep Montoya off of him. He was able to land the better, cleaner, crisper shots, and he showed that he can box off of the back foot. Cortez is an undefeated prospect. He got some work to do, but I like that he can go there when he need to. He showed he can fight on the inside. He can fight off his back foot. He do got really good power. You just wouldn't tell fighting Montoya because Montoya is a damn maniac, bro. He a goddamn maniac. Like anybody that get hit that much, because he ain't got no defense, and he's slow as shit. And every time you crack him with a good shot, I'm looking at like, damn, Cortez knocked him back 2 feet. Is he hurt? That dude just smile and just keep coming and shit. Like, nah, bro. That goddamn dude a maniac like him up. But Cortez did what he had to do. He showed how good he is. And so shout out to him. Can't wait to see him continue to step it up in competition. He's now 18-0 with 10 knockouts. Want to see who he fight next because he down there at 130 pounds. You know, it's some fighters down there at top rank for him to fight. So I can't wait to see who he fights next. And there goes Trill Will's link if y'all want to go subscribe to him. He need 91 people to get to 1,000. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this because not a lot of people here are talking about it, but you know me as a boxing nerd, man. I've been following this shit. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubanks Jr., man. It's a catch weight fight, 157 pounds. If Chris Eubanks Jr. comes in anything more than 158.5 pounds, the fight is off. There is a rehydration clause to where Chris Eubanks Jr. can only get so big after weighing in. What's the other things about the fight? They were going back and forth in the press conference. Chris Eubanks Jr. was saying, I'm only going to be 60 or 70% of myself because of the contract they made me sign, but that's still enough to beat your ass. And he was basically in there trying to son Conor Benn. Conor Benn was telling him he was making excuses. But just for our brothers and sisters in the UK that might be listening or might be catching the playback, man, what do you think of Conor Benn, Chris Eubanks Jr.? Because some people like the fight, some people don't like the fight. Just your overall thoughts on it, man, and go from there. And Monica Smooth Will, I see everybody in the building. Y'all please hit that like button as you come in. Go ahead, OG. It's on you, man.
Yes, sir. Well, the press conference was on fire though. But one thing about it is, Conor Benn is very confident in his skills. He's a welterweight. Okay. Now, this is the mistake a lot of fighters make. I talked about this before. When you start moving up in weight, when you're not ready, then you have to go back down and go back to work and do back to business as usual. All right. Well, that's hard to do. Your body got to get back adjusted to 147 pounds. You fighting a bigger Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks always have been strong. Now, as far as a great fighter with technical skills, that's lacking. And Dad wasn't too bad himself. All right, he was lacking too. All right. One thing about Chris Eubanks Senior, he was muscular. He has a lot of muscles on him at that time, and that was wearing him down. Okay. Now, Conor Benn, Nigel wasn't that bad either, but Nigel Benn was a kind of mediocre fighter. But one thing about it, I think Conor Benn is making a big mistake, knockout. I believe that he shouldn't be leaving 147, moving up to fight at a catch weight. Then when it's all over, said and done, he got to go back to 147 or stay up there and fight at that weight. But see, this is what I'm saying. You got to pretty much go back down and go back to business as usual. And then you're going to take time off because your body got to get used to being back at 147. This is the mistake that these guys make. Stop jumping up weight classes. Weight classes are there for a goddamn reason. People don't understand that. How many times I got to keep saying that? But it is what it is. And yeah, you're right, Coach. Nigel was a dog. Yes, sir. He was a dog. He'll fight, cut up, and everything. But only thing about it is Nigel wasn't that winner. All right, Nigel wasn't that. He wasn't that special. He wasn't that pure boxer. He was a brawler. So, but still in all, but it's a good fight because Conor Benn does have great boxing skills. Chris Eubanks is a strong fighter. He's the type of guy that's come straight forward. He don't take a step back. He comes straight forward, and he got his old man ways of how he do things in the ring. Stop, look at you, stare at you, things like that. But I think this is an awkward fight for the United States. But it's a great fight. It's a great fight for the UK because you got Chris Eubanks Jr. versus Conor Benn. Both their fathers have fought. Now their sons are fighting. That's a sale in the UK. Just like Kell Brook and Amir Khan. That could have made millions and millions of dollars, but they never did make it come to fruition. Now, hopefully we don't have the same problem over here with Crawford and Spence. Because the people in the UK still talking about wish it coulda, woulda, shoulda, woulda. And that been about 10 years now. Okay? And it still haven't happened. So, and it's not going to happen because Amir Khan is retired now. So basically, I think this is a big mistake, knockout. I really do. I think Conor Benn is going to pay dearly for this because no matter what a little weight or catch weight that Chris Eubanks is on, he's going to pretty much hurt Conor Benn, I think, unless he pretty much be elusive and use his boxing skills. And like I say, use a lot of lateral movement and just get in and get out, make them miss, make them pay, so that's how I see it.
And shout out, I see you woke up, baby. Thank you for waking up and coming in and checking us out this morning.
First lady.
Yes, ma'am. She done woke up. Let me see who else came in. Roger Thompson, I see you in the building, man. Salute to you. Shout out to everybody again. Hit that like button. Let's keep getting those likes up. So here's the thing, bro. This the type of shit that make me mad. This shit is an absolute circus, bro.
Well, hold on, knockout. Hold on. Ain't you Mexican? I'm not disrespecting the UK fighters, okay? All right, I'm not disrespecting no UK fighters. I'm just saying it's a bad idea to jump up from 147 up to a higher weight class when you're not ready. That's what I'm saying. Then you have to go back down or stay your ass there when you're not that big, because Chris Eubanks is used to fighting at a higher weight class. So that's a big mistake in my opinion, because when you go back down 147, your body got to go through some changes. They got to get back to you and used to being at 147. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Conor Benn is a great fighter at 147. Now, Chris Eubanks, he's an okay fighter at his weight class, but he's never been that top in his weight class. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Now, one thing about Conor Benn, He might be a champion, but then again, he might not. And the way it's looking right now, he might not be. So I'm sorry. Deal with it. If not, shut the fuck up.
And if you hated what he about to say, stick around, cause you really about to hate this. Like I was saying before, OG had to go in on you real quick. This shit is an absolute circus to me, bro. I hate this fight, and it ain't cause I don't like these fighters. You can go through all my content, you can go through all my years of watching boxing and shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, you will never find me being happy with a catch weight fight. You will never find me being happy with a goddamn rehydration clause. That's the first part. But before I get into that, I don't like the shit because it just shows how stupid Eddie Hearn is. You just seen what happened to Kell Brook, moving up 2 weight classes, fighting somebody bigger and stronger than him. So you taking your only thing that's popping. They ain't got shit else popping at 147 pounds for Matchroom other than Conor Benn, bro. That's the only thing they got popping. If somebody else know of a goddamn prospect that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn got at 147 pounds, let me know. And Angry Mexican, you should come around more, because over here this way, we was saying Tank versus Rolly was trash, but your ass don't have nothing to say about that when I was saying that was a bullshit fight, when OG was saying that was a bullshit fight. So again, you come here with those agendas, you come here on some bullshit trying to start something. Nah, that shit was a circus too, but I ain't hear you commenting in because you got a certain agenda that you pushing. And based on how you commenting, we all know what it is. Ain't no biases over here. Bullshit is bullshit. A spade is a spade, and a goddamn domino is a goddamn domino. So come back and try again. You on bullshit. And by the way, I really do this so I didn't lose my train of thought. Like I was saying, fucking Conor Benn is the only thing popping over at Matchroom. They ain't got shit else popping. They don't have nothing else going on. And so you going to take your hottest prospect at welterweight, and then you going to run around this bitch, and you going to move them up damn near 2 weight classes to fight somebody stronger, bigger, that is proven to be durable as shit, taking punches from 168-pound fighters and 160-pound fighters. A guy that may not be as skilled as Conor Benn, but being bigger and stronger, he is going to throw with your ass. When you punching, he going to be punching. You don't do that to your prospect when you got guys. If you want a big fight and you want to put Conor Benn on pay-per-view, why not Conor Benn versus Virgil Ortiz? They both fight on the zone. Golden Boy and Matchroom fights are very easy to make because they fight on the same goddamn network. Conor, what up? Conor, what up? So that's the first thing, the business side of it. I think it's a dumbass, risky move that he didn't have to take with his hot prospect and Conor Benn, and it could come out to bite him in the ass. The other thing is it's a lose-lose situation because if Conor Benn go out there and beat Chris Eubanks Jr., it's so many people that's low on Chris Eubanks Jr. don't think that he's shit anyway. They're going to be like, he was supposed to do that shit. And the other lose to it is if he win, is bruh, what does that do for you at 147 pounds? Because y'all plan on bringing them back down. That ain't going to move you up in the 147-pound rankings. That ain't going to put you no closer to a world title shot. So how does it happen? And then the other lose, I should have said lose, lose, lose. The other lose is he can go in there and get a bigger and stronger guy, get his ass whooped, and never be the same. That's the business side of it and them actually making the fight. I hate the shit just as a boxing fan because, bro, do y'all understand how bad it is and how much bullshit it is that, bro, you get to tell somebody, hey, we going to fight at a catch weight. First of all, we got like 20,000, 30,000 goddamn weight classes in fucking boxing. I'll run them down for y'all. You got 105, 108, 112, 115, 118, 122, 126, 130, 135, 140, 147, 154, 160, 168, 175. Cruiserweight, bridgerweight, fucking heavyweight. It's 18 weight classes in boxing. They couldn't meet at one of them hoes. Like if they was gonna fight, Conor Benn should have either went all the way up to 160 or Chris Eubanks should have went all the way down to 154. Fight at a goddamn weight classes. Furthermore, you gonna fight at a catch weight and you get to tell this man how much food to eat. You got a rehydration clause in there. So not only does he have to come down to a certain weight, you get to tell that man, look, bro, when you rehydrate and shit, you can only have 1 glass of water. You can't have 2 because you got to come in at this weight. Hey, man, you can't really eat. You can't really eat, a breakfast burrito. Instead, you got to just eat a bagel for breakfast because remember, you just weighed in at the catch weight, but we get to tell you how much weight you get to come in at the night of the fight. Man, anybody trying to hear that shit, bro? I don't like no competitive advantages and shit, bro. If you gonna fight that man and it's gonna be at a catch weight, which is bullshit anyway, then let the man, like, how the hell you get to tell somebody how much they get to weigh the night of the fight, bro? Like what kind of shit is that? So you literally are negotiating a fucking competitive advantage in the fight, bro. And y'all telling me this shit not a circus, bro? What'd you say, KQ?
I'm just reading what Angry Messi is saying now. Go ahead and read it. You can go ahead and read it.
Yeah, man. So I don't like the fight. It's a circus, man. I'm out on it, man. You should be giving Conor Benn credit for taking the fight, while Boots and Virgil haven't taken that step up in competition yet. Well, both of their resumes is already better than his, bro. He got smoked at 147 pounds. Like, fucking Conor Benn ain't fought nobody as good as Sergey Lipinets at 147. He ain't fought nobody as good as fucking who Virgil just fought. Virgil fought Maurice Hooker, former champion. He done fought fucking Mean Machine, who dropped Terrence Crawford and beat him worse than Terrence Crawford. You, bro, just stop. You really don't want to do this with me, and I'm about to start ignoring you because you really,
listen. I don't mean to interrupt.
This is not what you want. I promise you. Go ahead, OG.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't know. He's trying to just troll, whatever. But let's be honest with ourselves, all right? This is why a lot of UK fighters want to come over here, because, like Josh Warren said, quote and unquote, I'm tired of this UK style of fighting. It's not working. I want to go over to the USA and fight their style. That's what works. That's Josh Warrington that said that 3 years ago. We have a different fighting style over here. AJ would never come back over, he said. Why? Because his ass ended up on the mat. That's why. I'm sorry. You might create the boxing, but we perfected the bitch. All right? So get used to it. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah, man. Like, at the end of the day, bro, if fighters are gonna fight at a weight class, and if somebody weigh in, bro, you don't got no business trying to negotiate how much they get to come in the night of the fight. That just mean you scared. That just mean you looking for something, bro. Motherfucking Tom Brady can't tell people, hey, because I'm older and I'm a goddamn Super Bowl champion, y'all got a 2-hand touch my ass. I wanted in my contract that when you sack me, you got a 2-hand touch my ass. Nah, bro, because that would give him a competitive advantage. That's what this shit is, bro. Conor Benn and his team is trying to find a way to make Chris Eubanks Jr. a lesser version of himself, bro. Why take the fight? If you want to do all that shit to try to make somebody a lesser version of themselves, then just don't fucking fight them, bro. No one asked for the fucking fight anyway, so don't fight them. Like miss me with that shit, bro. There ain't no place in boxing for that shit, bro. Cause what if Chris Eubanks Jr. come in 50% fucking dehydrated, no fucking punch resistance, and get his ass knocked out and sent to the hospital? Y'all gonna feel bad for him then? Is y'all gonna care then? Y'all gonna be saying it was a great fight all because he had to come in a lesser version of himself, weak and shit, and he ain't got no punch resistance, and fucking Conor Benn knock his goddamn head off the canvas and shit, and now he in the hospital in a coma or some shit? What if that shit happened? Then what? Yeah. Y'all still cool with that shit, draining people down and not letting them rehydrate? Miss me with that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Fair is fair and right is right. That's a goddamn competitive advantage, bro. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about, bro. Miss me with that. I know I'm right. Sometimes it's a debatable topic. Some shit can be debatable, and we set up debates on this channel. But rehydration clauses and catch weights, that shit not debatable. If you for that shit, you just trolling or you making excuses, bro. And you ain't really a boxing fan like that. And I had that conversation with anybody, but we can move on, OG. We got the main card, man. We got the main card. We got 2 fights left. Got some more stories left, man. Y'all smash the like button. 125 people watching, man. 106 likes. Let's keep getting the likes up. But let's go to the co-main. Your boy Xander Zayas.
Yes, sir.
Your boy Xander Zayas versus Elias Espadas, man. What did you think of the young phenom's performance, man? Go ahead and break down that fight for us, man.
Man, I like Xander Zayas. Like I told everybody, I like this kid. In a way, he reminds me of Tito Trinidad. All right. Why? Because of the height. At the time, Trinidad was younger. He had the reach, and he fights like him. Now, one thing about Zayas, he's not up on his toes a lot like Trinidad was, but it's kind of mind me the same style. And also, he is Puerto Rican. All right. So, therefore, he fought a good fight. He did what he wanted to do. He knocked him down twice, but it's always a bittersweet. Okay. And what I mean by that was that Xander Zayas did what he's supposed to do. Everything he was doing was breaking them down. He was breaking them down simultaneously. He was going upstairs, down, doing what he done what he do. Right? He's a great fighter. He's a young fighter. He's great. But it was a bad stoppage. It was a bad stoppage. And every damn time I try to give boxing a chance, I try to give boxing an excuse. Well, maybe the referee saw something that we
I
didn't
can
see.
hear the anger. I can hear the frustration in your voice.
I'm serious, right? Now I'm always getting made a fool of, right? Because I always give boxing a chance because I love it so much, right? And I try to give it the benefit of the doubt. Well, maybe the referee saw something in his eyes that maybe he had to stop the fight. Maybe he don't have to do the stanky legs like Rolly did, right? No, maybe he saw something, but it's mighty funny that they never showed the rerun of that knockdown and the referee calling, counting him out. Why didn't they never show that? Everybody was like, we haven't seen the replay yet. No, they showed the replay of him knocking him down, yes. But they did not show the replay of him getting up and getting counted out. Now, that kind of like, okay, now here I go again, trying to take up for boxing, but I didn't do it last night because now it's a trend. It's a trend now. I don't know if it's the referees or what, but sometimes you have to look at certain referees. If you have a certain referee like Jack Reese, they're always making bad calls. Then sometimes, you might need to look somewhere else for another referee. Because right now, these referees are not doing what they're supposed to do. That guy was good. He was ready to go. Yes, he did get knocked down. Yes, it was a knockdown. Yes, Zayas did what he was supposed to do. He knocked them down in the first round. And yes, he came back and knocked them down in the fifth round. So, but I think he was great. He still was good to go. If you looked over at him while you're sitting on the stool, he was like, man, okay, I'm ready to go back in. He wasn't out on his feet. He wasn't out on laying on the canvas. He got right up. He got right up soon he got knocked down. Because, yes, Zayas did counter him and hit him. Zayas got hit, but he walked right through it and hit him with one. But he glanced him as he was moving back. He still made contact, but he went back and he went back to the ropes. Then he got popped right back up. And someone mentioned in the chat, and it looked like it was a flash knockdown. And that's the way it looked like to me. But of course, he did land on it, and it was a knockdown. But he still should have got a standing 8 count and let the fight continue. Now, why they did that, I don't know. We know this ESPN. We know this is a top-ranked card. And so that was a bad stoppage, and they need to do something about this shit. Now, first it's the judges. Now it's the referee. What gonna be next? The trainers? What gonna be next then? Yes, we know how you match make, and you're trying to pretty much put your best fighter out there with not so top level competition because you're trying to build up his confidence. Okay, I get that. But what about the fighters that come to fight? What about the fighters that did not come to lie down? I think that's cheating them out of a victory. That's cheating them out of a comeback. That's cheating them out shocking the world. All right. I think every boxer should have that chance. All right. I don't want to hear about he got a box, he got a punching chance. No, not when you get Bob Aaron and his machine. No, I don't think so. So right now, yes, Xander Zayas, he's a good fighter. I'm not going to take that away from him. And I believe he can knock somebody out. He has, so, it's not on him, it's on the referee. And the referee should pretty much get his ass together and gear. And matter of fact, I think that should have been a rematch. Hey, let's get it back on. Let's get it popping because he came in there to fight. But on Xander, he was going in there and he did land a nice knockdown in round 1. He's a great fighter. I can't take that away from him. And I think he would have won the fight anyway. But still, let's be fair. Let's be fair now. I'm tired of taking up for boxing. It's really making me look stupid, because it's making me look like I'm naive, and I'm not, but I'm trying to give it the benefit of the goddamn doubt. Right? Like Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Everybody saying they ain't gonna happen KQ this year. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And don't make a fool out of me. Don't make a fool out of me boxing. All right. Because you've got very few people that believe in the boxing now, the true boxing. So I mean, come on, be fair. Be fair, because these young brothers, man, boxing's a short career. It's just a very short career. And you can lose your life in that ring. Stop playing. Stop playing with these fighters. All right. If you want to get up and fight, let them fight. This is prize fighting. And he was able to go. And y'all know that. So, I mean, so that's all I got, man, because it's not too much to talk about, but it was a great fight while it lasted. And I think it would have been better if they would have let him continue, and let Xander get the knockout the correct way,
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Zayas, man, Xander Zayas is so nice, bro. Like
Yes,
his jab is nice when he's using it. He got different levels, man. That left hook down low and up top, that shit nasty. He fast, he fluid, he puts his combinations together well. And I've seen a couple of people talking about his defense. I beg to differ. I just think he was so confident that he kept getting into a lot of exchanges and leaving himself open because he was just confident that he was gonna walk through old buddy. And especially after he knocked him down the way he knocked him down in the first round, he was really feeling himself. But if you go back and look, when he gets defensive, when he's trying to be elusive and have defense, man, Xander Zayas got some nice ass defense, bro. When he want to be, he's just one of them fighters that right now, because he 19, he full of that machismo and shit. He really feeling himself. He feels strong and shit. He just really aggressive. He an aggressive ass fighter right now. Now maybe if he get hit and get hurt and get wobbled or get put down, he'll learn to be more cautious. But I don't think him getting caught, because he got caught in some of those exchanges where he was still getting the better of him, but he got caught in a few of those exchanges and shit.
Yeah,
but I think that was more so a product of him just like, man, I'm finna walk through you, bro. I'm finna walk through you. You ain't got shit for me. But when he decided to get defensive and use head movement and maybe roll with shit sometimes, man, that shit was beautiful. And the thing is, when he coming forward, he can make you miss, and he's a hell of a counter puncher, man. Xander Zayas offensively is just a savage out there, and he only 19 years old. And by all accounts, they say that he worked really hard in the gym. So I'm very, very interested to see what he looks like as a 23, 24, 25-year-old fighter, man. Like that kid nasty, bro. That kid real nasty. Now, to the stoppage, bro, like I totally agree. And I hate this because it takes shine off of both fighters. Like you were saying towards the end, OG, if he gonna stop him, bro, let him stop him. He was turning up on him. He just put him down with a nasty left hook, knocked his ass all the way across the ring. Like he was over here, then he was over there. That left hook hit him so bad. But cool, bro. Like you got to know what's going on in the fight. If you the ref and you looking at that fight, shit, like the dude was landing on Xander too. He was fighting back like a mug. Again, quit stopping competitive fights just because somebody go down. Maybe he gets up and he fights through it, and he ends up, you know what I mean, lasting the distance and maybe making it tough on Xander, because you could potentially mess him out of another payday. Maybe you keeping another promoter or somebody else from calling him for a fight because they just might look at this shit and say, oh, he got knocked out. My guy need rounds. He got his ass knocked out. My guy need rounds. He ain't gonna give my guy no rounds and shit. So when you stop shit like that, it could have a domino effect. And then just for the competitive nature of fighting, bro, like we don't want bad stoppages in the sport. Like I understand you got to protect fighters and shit, but homie popped up on his feet. He wasn't wobbling or nothing. He was right there. He was coherent. He was ready to go. He was ready to compete. Let him compete, because that way Xander Zayas can really go out there and get the stoppage the right way. Maybe he catch him with another highlight reel shot. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Be patient and finish him, and then that way you get to see more of what he got. He get to have even a bigger shine and really do it the right way. But when you do that shit, man, it take away from the fight, because now we are up here talking about the stoppage just as much as we were talking about Xander Zayas, and the focus should be all on how he's 19 out of Puerto Rico. They had Miguel Cotto, they had Felix Trinidad. Xander Zayas, to me, looking at all the Puerto Ricans right now, he got the best shot to be up next. But instead of talking about that, we got to talk about this goddamn stoppage, because it was such a bad stoppage, man. So shout out to Xander for a great performance. Shout out to his spotters for putting up a good fight. And the spotters, I wish you could have fought on, because I think you still had a lot left in the tank to keep going. Now, I do, before we get to the last fight and talk about Teofimo, I try not to make it about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford so much, but you brought them up at the end. And I'm just, for me, OG, you got all these damn rumors, bro. You got Coppinger and Raphael telling people the fight is all but done. They working on the undercard and shit. Then you got
Yeah.
from Terrence Crawford camp talking about he being lowballed. Then you got Bomac talking about we need 50-50. Then some dude came out talking about some three fight deal, 15. Like all this shit, man, surrounding this fight, bro. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of all these rumors and it
That's
seems
what I
like
talked
people
about.
making
Yeah.
up shit and all that, man. What you got on this fight? Where are you on the confidence meter with the goddamn fight? Are we gonna get this goddamn fight, or have you and I? Because we've been telling people we gonna get the fight this year. Have you and I been mistaken this whole time, and we probably need to temper our expectations and kind of lose a little bit of optimism because it's getting harder and harder to figure out what the hell is going on with this situation, man.
Well, I was trying to touch on it a little bit in the hotel to my Wi-Fi was acting up other day, and I tried to reiterate it last night in between fights. First of all, we as content creators, okay, we only can tell you so much or whatever. We don't have the insight. Now we have sources. Some people like me and Blue, we have the same sources, but not in the same camp, but different people. But still in all. But when you got the mainstream media, and I'm talking about not Showtime basically, but the mainstream writer meeting like BoxingScene.com, Mike Carpenter, Dan Raphael. Stop lying. All right, just stop lying and stop making up shit. All right, it's already we anxious. All right, why we anxious? Because we got the two best welterweights out there right now. We got potentially the best fight that can be made right now in the next maybe 3 years or 4 or maybe 5. And this is a fight we've been waiting on for a long time. So everybody's now kind of frustrated. Everybody pretty much trying to believe anything they throw out there. And that's what they trying to do. They're trying to sell papers. They're trying to sell articles. They're trying to put something out there to keep the belief of the people. But in my book, I think a lot of people pretty much gave up on this year, and now they pretty much trying to wait on what's happening next year. But Terrence Crawford came out 3 days ago, well, 4 days now, and he said, "Listen, this fight is going to get made, and not later, but soon, very soon." Now, I'm thinking that, and because we know Terrence Crawford sometimes got to stick up his ass, right? And this is the point I'm trying to make. You got people out there putting out lies, and when you don't want to mess up this, right? Because Terrence Crawford would get an attitude and say, "You know what? I don't need Earl Spence." And next thing you know, he walking away, right? But then again, he ain't gonna walk away because he don't have no place to go. So this is the best money he gonna get and the best fighter that he gonna get the money with. So I mean, I have faith, and I'm saying that hey, let's let it play out, and let's stop putting out damn lies, and let's just wait and see what happens. I said once before, I'm not going to say anything to talk about this fight, but they always coming out with some bullshit. Goddamn well. That's why I think I talked to Knockout about it. And he said this too, that hey man, I ain't gonna put that out. All right, I'm not gonna talk about that because ain't no way Terrence Crawford was gonna be doing all this for $5 million per fight. Ain't no way. And this is one of the biggest fight, potentially can be in the biggest fight. And and he's right. It turned out to be a lie. A lie. And this is what I'm talking about. Everybody putting out these goddamn lies. But it doesn't take this goddamn long. All right. It don't take this goddamn long. So, I mean, hey, I'm still optimistic about this. I think it still can happen. Both guys are still training. And stop lying about Terrence Crawford bulking up to go to 154. He bulking up because Earl Spence got that body shots. All right. That's what he bulking up for. He don't want no damn rib, bro. Come on. Let's be honest here. All right. He bulking up for a fight with Earl Spence. That's all. All right. And he's bulking up the right way without waste and doing it naturally. All right. And that's what I think fighters should stay away from the damn waste, right? Anthony Joshua. And that slows you down.
Anthony Joshua out this bitch trying to be Mr. Universe and shit.
Yeah. But that slows you down. That slows
God
you
damn.
down. But I'm still optimistic about it, man. But I think we're losing the people. I think we're losing the boxing fans. I think now it's just like a fairy tale. a fairy tale, it's just like Santa Claus, right? We believe in it when we at first, and then we starting to be older and not believing in it again. You see what I'm saying? So somebody that's inside the end loop. I'm talking about like a Steven Espinoza or a PBC representative, because you ain't gonna see Al Heyman. So I need to hear something, concrete. And I'm not talking about no Combature, no Raphael, or none of them. I want to hear something confident, So, but I'm still optimistic, and I'm still believing that this fight will happen, and I'm still waiting and look for it, and I'm looking for it this year, and it'd be great if we can close the show and we can close out 2022 with that fight. So I'm just saying, keep the faith. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm optimistic too. And shout out to Jermaine Bean with the $2 in the super chat. These stoppages, and let me rent you up, Jermaine. You've been supporting the channel heavy. But he says these stoppages seem pre-planned. If the op gets knocked down, that's a fact. He say a few minutes behind. Yeah, that's a fact. And ABN, I see you. What up, ABN? Salute to you. So, man, look, bro, like I'm optimistic until the PBC fall schedule come out and they ain't on that hoe. That's when I'm gonna have red flags. That's when I'm gonna be like, man, god damn, we ain't getting the fight this year. When the PBC schedule come out for all they fights planned for the fall, if they not on it, then I'm gonna be worried. But for right now, I'm gonna stay optimistic. I'm just tired of all this shit, man, with all these people just reporting all this shit that don't be accurate, and the shit get debunked so goddamn fast. I'm like, god damn, bro, like y'all is crazy. Like, if you go look at these publications, I was reading one the other day, OG, it said Conor Benn calls out Jerome Boots Ennis. That was the title of the article. Then you go read the goddamn article. He ain't call out not a goddamn thing, bro. Like he ain't call out shit. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Y'all gotta stop this bullshit. So when I tell all the people that rock over here with Knockout Boxing 86 TV, OG, and what I tell y'all, man, is when I say I ain't never gonna change, this part of the shit that I'm talking about, bro. Like you ain't gonna catch me doing no shit like that, bro. Like I love the sport too much, and I ain't finna come on here and lie to y'all and make some shit up just because I want y'all to watch it. If you watch what I got going on, it's because you rock with the content and because you rock with me, bro. But I ain't finna talk about some 3, and then the number, like, they could have at least made the numbers better. Like, Terrence Crawford signs a 3-fight, $40 million deal to make the shit believable. That man said 3-fight, $15 million. So he gonna get $5 million to fight Spence, bro. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. And the network will make all that money. Come on.
Just because you talk to somebody's sister, cousins, aunties, baby mama, or some shit, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man. So yeah, I'm optimistic, and the reason I'm optimistic because if you listen to the actual people that are around the situation, you listen to Terrence Crawford talk about this, you listen to Derrick James talk about this, you listen to Errol Spence talk about it. They all talking like they know some shit we don't know. They all confident in shit. So why would I not be confident? Because you think Terrence Crawford want to be out the ring so long? Nah, he want to fight. So if he's still talking about this fight and not other fights, then I'm gonna be confident because I know he won't fight soon and shit, bro. So I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. I'm gonna stay confident. I'm gonna stay 10 toes down. I told y'all that I believe the fight is gonna happen this year. I'm holding on to that belief. That belief will change, though. If you want to know the key for knockout, that belief will change if I see this PBC fall schedule, because they do the summer schedule, and then they'll drop a big ass fall schedule with all their upcoming fights. If I see the fall schedule when it come out, and it should be coming out very soon, when it come out, if Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford ain't at the top of that hole, then yes, I will be worried. But shout out to Zulu Line with that $5 in the super chat. I think they're gonna give Bud what he want. They just want him to sign for a few more fights to make it come out with their percentage. I don't care if they give him 1 fight, 2 fight, 3 fight, as long as the 4 fight, 5 fight, lifetime deal. I don't give a shit, to be real with you, Zulu. As long as that first motherfucking fight is Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford for undisputed in the welterweight division, I don't give a damn what else they give him. And I don't care how much money they give him. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about my opinion and what he might deserve based on the numbers and shit, but whatever he get is what he get, bro. I don't care what they sign. Just make the first fight Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. All right, OG, we got Teofimo Lopez, man. The takeover, the take back,
the resurrection,
whatever the hell he calling himself now, man. Teofimo Lopez went in there and dominated Pedro Campa. So I want you to break down the fight and what you saw, but then the question that I got up here is, he gonna take over the 140-pound division? So first, go to his performance that he put on last night, And then tell us whether or not you think he can be champion at 140 pounds if you had to pick right now. Go ahead, it's on you.
Okay, well, and this, you made a comment last night. You said you can love him or hate him, and but he showed the world that he has skills or something like that. I think you said,
Yeah,
and,
he reminded
but
people that he does have talent. Yeah, go ahead.
right now, I kind of like disagree with that knockout. I'm serious. I disagree with that because sure you can look great. Like I gave the example last night, I'm gonna look great in front of a fifth grader. I'm gonna look like I'm the top of the world, right? And this is how he looking against a fighter that's ranked number 11 in the junior welterweight division. Of course, you're gonna look great out there. But Teofimo Lopez, he was playing around a lot, but he did box very well. He did look good in there. But keep in mind who he was fighting. But he did look good in there, and he was missing a lot. But that comes with the territory, comes with being nervous, coming from on 135 to 140. Okay, so I chopped that up to that. Okay, but he did look good in there, and he was still trying to do that shoulder roll. And now, like I say, and we talked about this earlier, don't do the shoulder roll when you know you can't do it, right? Don't have do it because you're gonna end up getting hit with something. And now, I heard a lot of people saying that Josh Taylor would obliterate him, that Josh Taylor would beat the crap out of him. He's tailor made for Josh Taylor. A lot of people are saying that now. Why? Because the style, because Josh Taylor is a counterpuncher. He's a straight counterpuncher. And I don't think Lopez can deal with a straight counterpuncher by doing the shoulder roll. So therefore, but last night, this is what we're focusing on right now. Last night. And last night was a good start and good showing for Lopez at 140. Now, of course, we know we got more fighters that's ranked a little bit closer than number 11. And that's what we now need to talk about. Now, how long would it take for Lopez to move up the ranks at 140, junior welterweight? Now, I always shout out Regis Prograis because that always comes to my mind. I interviewed him a few times, but I think he's gonna have some issues with fighters like that. He's gonna have issues with fighters that still. What's up, Joseph? All right, he's still gonna have issues with guys like Regis Prograis. And I'm telling you, Devin Haney, he only got about 2 fights left, 3 fights maybe at the most. He's gonna be at 140. So I mean, here it comes. Here come the downfall. The junior welterweight division will be fired up, and now Lopez gonna find himself fighting pretty much mid or low on competition. I really believe that. Now, can he be a champion and for the foreseeable future? I don't know. That's a good question. Can he get better? Yes, he can. Now, I got a problem with his camp. I got a problem with the father. The father is trying to get him, and he still do it. He believe the hype. He still believes that he's undisputed, and he was undisputed, or a former undisputed champ at 135. For some reason, somebody in ESPN or them, they don't understand what's a unified champion and what's an undisputed champion. But still in all, he did a great job. He did a great job who he was fighting out there last night. Campa, he did put on a good showing. He was doing great, but of course he left himself exposed. He left his left side exposed because that was right there for Lopez all day. He was throwing that overhand right, and he was landing on Camper's left side. He was pretty much starting to bust up that eye. That left eye was starting to swell. That comes from that overhand right. Now, keep in mind that Lopez do have a little strength. He has a little pop in his right hand and his jab, because if he's so, he wouldn't be doing the damage that he did that quickly. And so, therefore, he did do a lot of showboating. And now this way he got to grow up. I get he's young, but he's going to have to start growing up. You're going to have to start taking it seriously and stop showboating now. I know he knew he can beat the guy. I get that. But he's going to have to stop, because next time you might not be so lucky. Next time you might have a trash fighter that's ranked number 11, and it might knock you on your butt. But still in all, I think he fought a good fight. And I can't wait to see. But like I said, you will see me change my mind. once he fight a maybe top 5 fighter or 6 fighter, because then you can really tell is he ready for 140. Then you can really tell is he that great fighter that we all believe he can be. We can all now. He called himself the resurrection. That means he resurrected from the loss from Cambodia. All right. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see is he that good. But right now, a lot of people are hollering that Josh Taylor, who owns 2 belts, well, actually, yeah, the Ring magazine, and I believe it's the WBO, if I'm not mistaken.
I
And
think he still got the WBO and the IBF.
it's the IBF. I know that
He dropped the WBA, and it was one more belt that
WBC,
he had to drop.
WBC, I think.
Yeah, one of them.
Right,
But
WBC. Yeah, so that's what I see, but we're gonna see. Now, some people say, "Hey, put him in there with O'Hara Davis." I think BFTV said that. Put him in there with O'Hara Davis, somebody like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see is he gonna fight the top 5 junior welterweights. All right, and they walk with a big stick, and that's some big shoes to fulfill. So let's see what happens. He's young enough. He's fresh. He's coming off a loss, but he's in a new division. He pretty much said he almost died trying to make 135 and all that. So, okay, well, maybe he has been resurrected. So let's see. Let's see how it plays out. I'm not going to count him out right now because he does have what it takes to be a champion. So, but you got to go through a lot of great fighters to be that champion. So that's all I have on Knockout on it.
Man, shout out to Robert Singleton with the $2 in the super chat. Says Tio need Joey Gamache back in his corner. OTB, what up, bro? Salute to you. Welcome in, man. Smash the like button, everybody, as you come in the building. Look, man, all I said, and for those of y'all that are wondering, because I put it on my community page and I typed it in OG's chat after he was done calling the fight. This is what I said, y'all. Love him or hate him, Teofimo Lopez just reminded the boxing world how talented he is. Now, I didn't say he was going to be champion or that he was going, because I'll start by answering the question. I don't think he'll be champion at 140, depending upon who he fight. Maybe he can get a vacant belt, but let me scratch that. They can probably finagle his way to a vacant belt against lesser opposition, but beating the top of the division, the guys that we consider to be the top of 140 pounds, I'm not ready to say that yet. But when I say he reminded the world of how talented he is, I'm talking about how he looked last night. He was fast. He was fluid. He reminded, like, you could see the speed, you could see the power. He was doing things that maybe necessarily you can't teach, jumping in with left hooks. The only time his defense is trash is when he go to the shoulder roll. When he just being elusive and using head movement, the reflexes are good. He make you miss and make you pay. He's a very good counter puncher. So that's what I mean. Like, he was gone for so long and he looked so bad against Kambosos and shit. People forgot the Teofimo that showed up to fight Vasily Lomachenko. People forgot how good he looked in that fight and how talented he is when his head is on straight. And then keep in mind, he's showing that talent with the trash ass trainer that he got, bro. His dad is trash, bro. So he's looking like this with his daddy training him, bro. Like, his daddy be saying the dumbest shit in the corner and don't really know like what to do with him. So he's putting this shit on display with minimal training. So can you imagine if he had a trainer that was worth something in his camp? That's all I mean by he showed us how talented he was. Like, because people, they forgot that shit. They forgot, yo, Teofimo fucking fast. He light on his feet. He athletic as shit. He can counterpunch his ass off. He can put your ass out of there. And I know the guy wasn't that good. I ain't saying that he beat a world beater, but shit, look at the dude's face. Like, pop is pop, power is power. So his power look like it's gonna translate up to 140, but he is only 5'7". He is kind of short for the division. So guys like Josh Taylor, guys like Regis Prograis, nah, bro, that ain't what I'm saying. I ain't saying the takeover is back or no shit like that, but I'm just saying, like, bro, I think a lot of people forgot that Teofimo can fight, bro. A lot of people forgot that he can fight, and he showed us all that he can still fight. And they trying to make him fight. Damn, I forgot the dude's name. He just fought a few weeks ago. Barbosa. They talking about Barbosa next. I think that's a good test for him. That's another, that's a top 10 to 15, 140 pounder. And they moving him the right way. If he tried to fight one of the top guys right now. I don't think he could beat him right now, but give him a couple of more fights. Let's see how he look. But I'm glad that he came back, because say what you want about Teofimo, but with his antics and his father's antics and all that shit, when he winning, it's good for boxing because it's gonna make us all have more content. He'll probably piss all of us off and shit. We'll have more shit to talk about. So that's all I meant by it, OG, is that he just reminded us that he is a talented fighter. And shout out to Zulu Lion with the $2 in the super chat. Said, I back you up on that. He is talented. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he finna take over shit. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying, bro, like, yeah, he showed us that he was talented last night. And I'm gonna give him credit because the up jab was working. His jab is nice. That combo where he threw the right hand and then came with an up jab and dropped him like in the 6th round or 7th round before he got the knockout. Man, that shit was nice. That shit looked good, bro. That shit look explosive. Like I like what I saw last night. Let's see if he can keep that shit up. D-Man Junior BH, what up, man? But that's all I meant, OG. Now, you didn't answer the question. You kind of answered the question, but you didn't. But I want to give you an opportunity to answer directly. Do you think he will be champion at 140 pounds? Do you think that he will ever be champion again at 140 pounds?
I think maybe if you fight for a vacant belt, see, no, I don't think so. I'm thinking about it hard, but junior welterweight is getting really, really, really popping now, and I don't think he has what it takes to be a champion 140. No, I don't. No, he's great talent wise, but as far as being a champion, he's gonna have to go through a lot of fighters, great fighters, and a lot of big punchers. So no, I think that's gonna be hard to do. So,
and by the time he started fighting for a championship belt, all them guys at 135, they're gonna be moving up to 140. So, you know, and then if you look at the lay of the land, you got Jose Ramirez versus Regis about to fight for the WBC. Ooh. Josh Taylor got the WBO and shit. I'm sure the WBA, that's gonna be like a PBC belt. Subriel Matias is in the IBF rankings as number 1 and just fought a title eliminator. So shit, like it's gonna be tough to become champ. The only way is that WBO route. If Josh Taylor dropped that hole and move up, but Josh Taylor ain't trying to drop that shit and move up because he know he fooled at 147. So it's gonna be tough for T.O., man. He gonna have to fight somebody that's really, really good to be champion. Yeah, bro. I don't know if he can do it. And but that's really all we got, y'all, man. It's time for us to get off. Y'all going over there to Stormy B, man. But OG, give your last words, man. Let everybody know what the schedule looking like this week. For when you're going live and all that stuff, man. And then I'll give my last words. And we'll wrap the show. And everybody, please smash the like button too. But go ahead, OG.
All right. Been a fun weekend. Been a fun night of boxing. I want to thank everybody for my all the well wishes of my daughter getting married. We had a great time at the wedding and everything. So, and thank you all for that. And I will be live back in my rightful place tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Monday through Friday. And yes, we will have a call-in show this week sometime and also Saturday morning. And yes, we will be right back at it with another fight night next week. And also, we will be right back at it right here next Sunday at 9 a.m. I appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you all. And make sure you hit the like button on your way out.
Yes, sir, man. Look, and y'all be sure to catch us over here. We live every Wednesday and Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Live every Sunday with the Singing OG, KQKC Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I got the comment up on the screen. We will be doing the Anthony Joshua Alexander Usyk prediction. So when I prepare for it, I go watch OTB's film sessions and stuff that helps me get prepared for my picks. So I suggest everybody go do the same. He got a film up right now on Usyk and Joshua. Y'all need to go check it out, man. He doing great work over there. And as far as debate stuff we got going on, man, look, everybody is welcome, bro. So if you want to debate, hit me up on my email. It's right here at the bottom of the screen, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. We're trying to change the game, man, with this boxing talk. So y'all come holler at us, man. Come check out the debates we got coming up. We already got more fire debates scheduled for y'all coming up on August 24th and August 25th back to back. So keep supporting the movement, man. Keep smashing the like button. And like I said, when these people come up here and debate on our platform, you got to go subscribe to their channel because we got to show them support. That's how I'm able to get more people to come over here because I tell them that they can grow from it. I tell them that we're going to support them. We're going to be fair to them. So y'all be sure to do that, man, when we have people come through for these debates because otherwise, you know, it's going to slow down and people not going to want to come if they don't see nothing in it for them. But I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all enjoy your weekends. or what you have left of the weekend. And special shout out to ABN, DP Rocker, OTB Boxing Class, my beautiful wife, Miss Knockout Boxing 86, BH, Kelly Brown, Jay Grant Jr., Mr. Lightning's World, Curtis Sewell, Robert Singleton, Get the Smoke, I Karma 123, Mr. Mechanical, Alden Johnson, Rick Timms, and everybody else that came through the chat, showed up and showed out, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Smash the like button again on your way out if you haven't. OG, get some rest, man. I know you're tired. Get you some food, get you some rest, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, just relaxing, and everybody else do the same, man. We'll catch y'all next time. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.